All new Hypnosis for weight loss. You've heard of it, but have you tried it? This is your chance.
We're about to do something that has never been done before.
For the first time on television, an entire audience and you at home hypnotized.
Sleep and relax. I said sleep and relax. And sleep.
You've got to be kidding me.
He says it will make you thin. Will it work for you?
This is so crazy.
Next.
It's a big show today. So I learned something in medical school that I've never talked about until today. Hypnosis. So get comfortable because we're going to talk about something that's going to change your life today. I believe hypnosis has profound powers to help you stop sabotaging yourself. Today we're revealing the secrets of hypnosis for weight loss, unlocking its power to control the demons that cause you to overeat. And for the first time on national TV, we're going to use these techniques not only on our studio audience, but on you watching at home. So I want you to take the phone off the hook, calm the lights in the room, and grab a fork and knife. Because my first guest says all you need are these tools and a willing mind to do what millions of people around the world are already doing.
Relax. Let go and feel good. My voice will go with you as you go into even better feelings of happiness, joy, and optimism.
Paul McKenna. He's Great Britain's biggest-selling non-fiction author, an international TV host, and has a PhD in human behavior.
Craving is a learned behavior. If you've learned it, you can unlearn it.
He claims his latest book, Quit Smoking Today Without Gaining Weight, has a staggering 97% success rate. But McKenna didn't start out as the confident powerhouse he is today.
I was a geeky, nerdy kid. One of my school reports said I would never amount to anything that could have either destroyed my self-confidence or made me think, I'll show them. My first job was in radio. I was a broadcaster. I actually went to interview the local hypnotist one day, and the hypnotist offered to demonstrate on me because I looked so stressed, and I felt quite euphoric afterwards. So I borrowed some books from him, and I began hypnotizing my friends. I'd like you to find a peaceful feeling deep inside. I realized that hypnosis was powerful, it was easily demonstratable, and it worked. And I knew in that moment what I wanted to do was use hypnosis to help people improve their lives, to quit smoking, to lose weight, to get more confidence. When I first started doing self-improvement seminars, there'd be 5 or 10 people show up. And then, of course, it grew bigger and bigger until there were thousands of people there. And then I started doing it on television, and it became a worldwide phenomenon. Right now, I'm a man on a mission. I think I've made a significant breakthrough in the area of weight loss. What we eat, how much we eat take place in our mind. We can reprogram our mind just like a computer so that we eat less and we feel good about ourselves. You are only ever one thought away from happiness.
Please welcome hypnotist Paul McKenna. Paul McKenna. I'm mesmerized already. That was pretty...
I know. How do I live up to that?
It's very cool. We're going to prove it today, I think, because I've been very, very impressed by all your work throughout the years. And I'm so honored to have you on the stage. But I really want to get into the hypnosis, understand it better. It changed my life when I learned about it in medical school. And I want to share this insight because I think people don't understand how much they hurt themselves without wanting to, subconsciously. So, what is hypnosis at its very foundation?
It's a procedure. Usually involves concentration, relaxation, but it also allows us to communicate with the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind, if you like, is the larger mind. It keeps our heart beating. It is our source of creativity. It helps us to, you know, carry out the things that we do in our everyday life, tie our shoelaces, you know, clean our teeth, all the things that we do automatically. And so if you think of the brain as a bit like a computer, we can use hypnosis to reprogram that computer. So we can use it to change a habit, to lose weight, to quit smoking, to overcome phobias and fears, and to make ourselves feel better.
And just to get everyone calm around this, from my understanding anyway, you don't ever hypnotize people to do what they don't want to do. You just make it easier for them to do what they want to do.
Absolutely, yeah. I never, hypnotize people to do things they don't want to. I usually use it to help people make changes in their life.
You have a lot of skeptics.
Sure.
What do you say to folks who argue, Paul McKenna's just doing this to make money?
Yeah. Well, I do make money. I'm rich, but I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. This is really, for me, a vocation. It's a passion. I like to get my self-esteem from helping other people. And I love what I do, and and I feel I've made a real breakthrough in the area of weight loss. And I don't mind people being skeptical, because we should be skeptical. We shouldn't just take things on trust. We should actually be skeptical, try them out, and see what we think of them. And that's why I'm here today, to demonstrate some of the things I do.
So here's what we did. We wanted to conduct a little hypnosis experiment. So before the show, Paul randomly selected audience members who were interested in being hypnotized. And he met with them backstage. So, Paul, what would you say to folks who don't even realize that they've been hypnotized? I mean, how is that possible, that you wouldn't even recognize it's happening to you?
Well, because you're in an altered state of consciousness, so, you're amnesic often of that. Like sometimes if, I don't know, you've had a couple of drinks the night before and then somebody reminds you of something, you think, yeah, I don't really remember that, because you were in an altered state of consciousness. So I hypnotized some people here today in the studio audience. They may not remember that they've been hypnotized, but because I hypnotize them, I can snap them back into a trance straight away.
You guys want to see that? Yeah. I want to see that.
Okay. All right. So, I mean,
it's amazing.
Thank you. You see, once you've been hypnotized, it's very easy to go back into a trance very quickly. Hi, what's your name, madam?
Leslie.
Leslie, nice to meet you. And sleep and relax. You see, deeply relaxed. And then there's a gentleman there. Just look at me, sir, and close your eyes and sleep and relax. There we go. And how about you, madam? Sleep, relax. And you, madam, do you think maybe, do you feel hypnotized right now? No, you don't. But if I say to you, close your eyes and sleep and relax, you're deeply in a trance. And sleep and relax. There we go.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So I hypnotized them before, and I put what we call a post-hypnotic suggestion in the minds of these people. And now they're all deeply in a trance. They can hear everything I'm saying. I know I use the word sleep, but it's not the same as sleep. It's more like a daydream.
I'm flabbergasted. Can you guys believe this? But these are not plants. I mean, this is not how the show works.
These were your people, the people that you guys showed to me earlier. I've never met these people before.
Well, can you wake them up so I can talk to them?
Well, I can. I mean, should we make them feel good first? I mean,
yeah, make them feel good.
Hypnosis really works using the power of the imagination. So if I say, I'm talking to everybody now that's in a nice deep trance here in the studio, and I want you to imagine you're sitting at the seaside, and the hot orange sun is warming you in the blue sky, and the waves are lapping against the seashore. Stretch back and mop your brow with your hand. That's right. Yeah, imagine it. And imagine it deeply. And every time you mop your brow, feel better than you've ever felt before. And you know what? Let's recall a time when you felt very good. In fact, a time when you felt that you were very amused by something. Let a smile come to your face. And remember something that was funny. Something that was real funny. Maybe a funny movie you watched or something funny that happened. Let yourself laugh. That's right. Laugh as hard as you can. You're watching the funniest movie you've ever watched in your life. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, it's so good. There we go. Now, even though you're laughing hard, when I snap my fingers in the next few moments, you will relax deeply back down and sleep. Relax. There you go. Deeply back down. Now, I think it's time to awaken our friends, and when I do awaken you this time, you'll be no longer hypnotized, you'll be relaxed, you'll feel absolutely fantastic, you'll no longer be hypnotized, you'll be fully alert and refreshed, feeling better than you've ever felt before. Everybody, eyes open, wide awake, wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Wakey, wakey.
I don't even know where to start. This is so crazy. There were people who weren't even one of the five that you hypnotized, or seemed to anyway, who were laughing and wiping their brow. I'm going to talk with some of these folks. Did you have any idea what happened? Yeah, please stand if you don't mind. What's your name?
My name's Irvi.
Irvi?
Yes. It was very relaxing. I could hear everything that he was saying, but it's a feeling that I've never felt for a very long time. It was very relaxing.
Did you think you were hypnotized?
Not really, no. I just...
Here, let me just... Do we have the footage? If we can just put it up here on one of the monitors.
Let yourself laugh. Laughing more. Flood your body with endorphins.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right, yes.
Do you have any recall of that at all?
No. I mean, I felt good.
Are you with anybody?
No.
Doing it by yourself?
Yeah,
You gotta make sure you're escorted home. So, there were several other folks. Yeah. I've seen this snap off. Just, I mean, how do you do that?
Well,
I mean, you touched some people, you didn't touch others, you looked, you would have been like it's behind the back almost, some of the stuff.
yeah, what I did was I talked to these guys before we came on the air, and I relaxed them down very deeply. And then I woke them up, and then I relaxed them down deeply. And I did it several times, and then after we'd done that several times, these guys had conditioned themselves to be able to go into a very deep trance very quick. You know, it's like Pavlov's dogs. He would, you know, the famous Russian scientist, he'd feed the dogs, ring the bell, feed the dogs, ring the bell, feed the dogs, ring the bell. And so the two ideas get associated, then he'd just ring his bell and the dogs' mouths would salivate. So I linked the idea of the snap of my fingers and the word sleep to deep relaxation with these guys that we hypnotized.
Well, Paul uses the power of hypnosis to help millions of people. And today, he's going to use it to help you lose weight. That's what you want to do. Paul says there are two main patterns keeping everyone from being thin. The first, I hear about all the time, is emotional eating. See if this story sounds familiar.
My name is Renee, and I am an emotional eater. I use food to mask my feelings. I eat when I'm happy, when I'm sad, frustrated, lonely, bored. It really doesn't matter what the emotion is. I just like to celebrate with food. You know in your mind you shouldn't be doing it, and that's the frustration. I want to have a normal, healthy relationship with food. I have tried everything. I just know in my heart that I need help.
Renee, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dr. Oz.
So, Paul, I must say, I get asked this question more than any other probably around weight loss. I mean, I get all the biology of blubber stuff, but the emotion that drives us to eat, how do you deal with that?
Well, it's probably the #1 reason why people overeat. And, you know, nowadays people change their feelings by external means. Drinking, drug taking, gambling, sex, shopping, and the world's drug of choice right now, food. And so what's the feeling that really drives you to eat that's uncomfortable?
Frustration.
Frustration.
Yes.
Well, look, I've got a technique I'd like to share with you, developed by an American scientist, Roger Callahan. This involves, and it looks unusual, it involves tapping on various acupuncture meridian points.
Okay.
Are you up for trying that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so if you want to stand up for a moment, look, and you guys, if you want to do this in the audience, you guys want to do this at home as well. Real simple. I want you to think about that feeling of frustration, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how strong is it?
9.
A 9. Look at that, 9. Okay,
yeah.
so what I'm going to ask you to do is think about that feeling for a moment, and then what I want you to do, Renee, is, and everybody else, just tap the back of your hand here. That's it, there we go, that's it, there you go. Just tap the back of your hand. Now, count out loud from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hum the bars of a tune. And tap under the eye, tap the collarbone, tap under the eye. Here we go, side of the hand. And let me just ask you, Renee, think about that feeling now. What number is the frustration at now?
3, maybe?
3, okay.
Yeah.
That's neat, isn't it?
I mean, it's crazy.
It is.
It's pretty fast. Now, is that a form of hypnosis?
No, it's actually a technique that was developed by an American scientist. What it does is it creates a change in the way the brain is processing information, and it de-links a thought from a feeling. So you can remember the things that were frustrating you, but you just can't get the frustration going.
Right.
And if it comes back, you go through the tapping sequence again, and you do it several times until it goes.
Renee, I hope that's helpful to you, because it's going to help me. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
Now, Paul says the second pattern keeping everyone from being thin is obsessive dieting. I know many of you will relate to my next guest.
My name is Janice, and I'm an obsessive dieter. Over the years, I've tried every kind of diet that you can really think of. High protein, low carb, low fat, pills, protein powders, you name it, I've tried it. All I think about, dieting or eating, dieting or eating. I always start my diets on a Monday, and then by Wednesday, Thursday, I eat something bad, and then the diet's out the window for the rest of the week. I eat whatever I want then, and I just figure I'll start again on the next Monday. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I just can't seem to stick with it. I'm open to try anything that will help me get off this diet merry-go-round.
So, Janice, describe to me how you feel at the end of the week? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Talk about it a little bit, that piece.
Frustrated, angry, guilty, and just feel terrible about myself.
Paul, help us. Obsessive dieting is something, again, over and over again, and folks don't understand how they can't get out of the cycle.
Okay, there is a very simple technique that can help a lot of people. One of the things that I've noticed about people that are overweight is they think about food all day long, except when they're actually eating it. And then they shovel the food in as fast as they can. Does anybody resonate with that? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so fascinating study took place in Scandinavia recently. People are fed a meal and then they're fed the same meal a few hours later or the next day, but they blindfold them the next time they do it.
So I understand actually that you took Janice, put her through this experiment. We have a little bit of footage from this. If you just explain to us what you had poor Janice do. You're forcing the pizzas in.
Yes.
Was she hypnotized at this point?
No, she's...
I'm kidding. We made her eat a pizza.
Yeah, then we put the blindfold on, and then Janice eats, because she's not looking at the computer, she's not looking at the food, she can hear the signal from her stomach, she eats about half as much.
Definitely.
Okay, Paul.
Very simple, straightforward. So normally, if we had said, you got to eat half that pizza, it would have been tough, but did it feel like, because you ate 50% less pizza, did it feel like you were missing out?
Not at all.
Yeah, and this is
Not
weird.
at all.
Simply by slowing the eating speed down and getting rid of the distractions in the environment. I'm not saying that everyone has to blindfold themselves every time they go out to eat, but just eating slower makes a difference.
So, you know, at the very beginning of the show, I asked everyone to get a fork and a knife, especially folks at home. Paul has an exercise he wants everyone to do right now to help bring consciousness to your eating. So if everyone can grab those, if you don't mind. Yeah. Janice, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so very, very simple and straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to retrain our muscle memory, because most people here, who here eats rather fast? Yeah? A lot of people do, and they go, I know, I just wolf it all down. Look, not only